Welcome to 5 Minute Nerd episode 13, where we break down your favorite nerd culture in just 5 minutes. Today we're charging into one of my personal favorite series by looking at Full Moon, the second book in Jim Butcher's Dresden Files series. In this episode, we'll explore how our favorite wizard-for-hire Harry Dresden gets tangled up with werewolves, dark magic, and a whole lot of trouble. Let's get into it. Full Moon picks up a few months after the events of Stormfront, and Harry Dresden is struggling with both his personal and professional life. His relationship with the Chicago PD, particularly with Lieutenant Karen Murphy, has become strained due to secrets and mistrust after the events of the first book. Work is scarce and his financial situation is dire. Just when it seems like things couldn't get worse, Murphy calls him in for help on a gruesome murder. The murder in question is violent, brutal, and there's one major clue. It looks like a werewolf did it. This isn't your typical silver screen wolfman either. The attack is savage, and the evidence points to supernatural involvement. Dresden, as Chicago's only professional wizard, is called in to consult. However, things get complicated when it becomes clear that there's more than one type of werewolf prowling the streets of Chicago. Throughout Full Moon, we are introduced to various types of werewolves, each with their own lore and mythology. There are 4 distinct types. 1. Classic lycanthropes, people who can channel wolf-like traits but remain human in appearance. 2. Hexenwolves, individuals who use a magical talisman to gain the powers of a werewolf. 3. Werewolves, humans who transform into wolves, but not in the traditional humanoid half-wolf form. 4. Loup-garou, the most dangerous of the lot, a cursed individual who turns into a bloodthirsty monster during the full moon. As the plot thickens, Harry finds himself dealing with all 4 varieties, each presenting its own deadly challenges. The first major suspect is a gang of street werewolves known as the Alphas. This group consists of young, idealistic college students who can shapeshift into wolves. While they seem suspicious at first, Harry quickly learns that they're not responsible for the killings. They're just trying to survive in a city that's becoming increasingly hostile to them. Meanwhile, Marconi, Chicago's top crime boss, is also involved. One of his employees has been murdered in the werewolf attacks, and he isn't happy about it. Despite his criminal activities, Marconi's connections and influence make him a powerful ally or a dangerous enemy, and Harry must tread carefully around him. Things take a darker turn when Harry crosses paths with FBI agents who are involved in the case. These agents, led by Agent Denton, are not exactly what they seem. Denton and his team are using Hexenwolf belts, magical talismans that give them the ability to transform into savage, near-unstoppable beasts. The problem is that the belts also strip them of their humanity, turning them into ruthless, bloodthirsty monsters. Harry realizes that the FBI agents have been using their new abilities to clean up the streets, but the cost of power is driving them mad. As Harry delves deeper into the mystery, he also reconnects with Susan Rodriguez, his on-again, off-again reporter girlfriend, who's investigating the werewolf killings for her own scoop. Their relationship continues to be rocky, with Susan pushing for more information about Harry's world while also dealing with the dangers that come with it. Harry struggles with keeping her safe while being drawn deeper into the conflict. The climax of Full Moon sees Harry confronting the Loup-garou, a nearly indestructible, cursed werewolf who's on a rampage. This creature is tied to a dark curse placed by a long-forgotten enemy, and it wreaks havoc on anyone in its path. The battle between Harry and the Loup-garou is intense, with Harry using every magical trick he has to survive. Silver bullets, magical wards, and sheer determination are all put to the test as Harry tries to stop the monster before it kills again. In the end, Harry uncovers the full conspiracy, taking down the corrupt FBI agents dealing with the Loup-garou and managing to restore some level of trust with Murphy. However, as is typical in the Dresden Files, things don't end on a completely happy note. Harry's actions have alienated him further from the magical community, strained his relationship with Murphy even more, and left him battered and bruised. But he survives to fight another day, ready for whatever dark forces the world throws at him next. Full Moon expands on the world of the Dresden Files, adding layers of mythology and deepening Harry's personal struggles. The introduction of werewolves in all their variations adds a fresh dynamic to the series while also raising the stakes for Harry as he navigates the dangerous world of magic in Chicago. And that wraps up today's episode of 5-Minute Nerd. Until next time when we'll dive into another nerd culture favorite, keep nerding out. To keep getting nerd culture broken down in 5 minutes, don't forget to like and subscribe.